I'm holding a nice old English style broadsword. This would have been the same style of weapon that would have been used in the Crusades 1,000 years ago. I have another sword, and I want to just tell you kind of the story, if I can, a tale of two swords. One is an English broadsword, and the other is a Middle Eastern scimitar. So if I hold them both up and cross them like this, you see an emblem of the Crusades. The Crusades, 1,000, around 1096, 1097, about 1,020 some years ago. Now, the Crusades were not about religion. This is so difficult for people to kind of grasp. What was happening at that time in Europe was that the population had grown pretty strong, and there were a lot of young men of fighting age, and they did what young men of fighting age do without anything else to do. They fought with each other. And you had all over Europe these armed gangs fighting, one against the other and the other against the other. And the Pope, who was running the church at that time and effectively governing or trying to govern all the various warring provinces of Europe, decided that there needed to be a way to get all these guys to stop fighting each other and have them fight a common enemy. So upon hearing from Constantinople that there was a problem with the fact that the infidels, this is where the religion thing comes in, the Muslims had occupied Jerusalem and the other cities of the Middle East, the Pope decided to bring all the young men together and have a crusade. Let's go march off and take back the Holy Land. He made them a deal. He said, look, if you sign up for this crusade, you get to keep whatever you can steal. If you sin, do something horrible to somebody, I forgive you, so your sins will be forgiven. You will not carry the burden of your sins any further. If you die, you will go to heaven. And so this was a great deal. These young guys are like, hey, we can run off, we can fight, we can do all this stuff. And they did. They went to Antioch in 1097 and they slaughtered everybody. They went to Jerusalem in 1099 and they slaughtered everybody. We need to understand this tragedy of history, because there wasn't just one crusade. There was a bunch of them, one after the other after the other. Islam won some of them, the Christians won others. The fighting continued year in and year out for a tremendously long time. And today we need to take a little bit of perspective on this. We need to understand that, hey, you know what? We don't need to do this anymore. What would you be fighting for? What's your goal? What are you trying to obtain? We can obtain our interests, our objectives, without fighting with one another. And so we can learn to seek peace and pursue it. Thanks so much for watching.